And welcome to Agrestal Vestige again this week, where we are vested in all things Agrestal. My name is Tom, and I'm here with another blended Scotch whiskey review for you. This week we have Hankey Bannister. That's right, Hankey Bannister. It's bottled at 43%. It says Hankey Bannister Original 1757, purveyors of the finest blended Scotch whiskies. Let's see, anything else? No, I don't think so. Anyway, I had Hankey Bannister many years ago. I think it was about 12 to 15 years ago. It was quite enjoyable, actually. It was very nutty, very earthy, very dry, and it had a Madeira-like enjoyment to it. However, I haven't had this since then. It's about 12 to 15 years, and I bought a bottle. And as you can see, even though it's 43%, it is heavily colored with the caramel A150 coloring. No doubt it is chill filtered, and I think the batches or the distillation process or their casking, their maturation, something has changed, because this is not the same whiskey that I had 12 to 15 years ago. On the nose of this whiskey, alcohol, strong grain alcohol, with a hint of grapefruit and a hint of lemon. That's what it is. Reminds me of a vodka, actually. When you first put your nose into a decent quality vodka, that's what this reminds me of. Let's see about the taste. Yeah, vodka with just contemplating, thinking about perhaps a bit of malt. You can taste it. It goes past you very quickly, so you have to reach out and grab it, but you can't really do that. The grapefruity, lemon zesty, almost lemon cough drop is what you get out of this. It's like you put a lemon cough drop in a bottle of vodka, let it sit until it dissolved, and then you're drinking this. Like I said, I don't know what went on with Hankey Bannister. Now, Hankey Bannister does have an age-stated whiskey. I've never tried that. I don't know if I've ever actually come across it, and I haven't bought it online. If I do, maybe I'll consider thinking about purchasing it. But this is dramatically different than it was 15 years ago. 15 years ago, it wasn't, your top shelf blend by any stretch of the imagination. However, the quality of it then was enjoyable, because it was a different profile than other blends. It was more dry, it was more Madeira-ish, it was very nutty and woody, and it was a different complex altogether of smells and taste. Now this that I purchased a few weeks ago, and I've tried it several times. I've let friends try it, and it just comes across as vodka. And in saying that, I don't know if you can tell. Look at all the beading. If you can tell the beading on here. Now you get beading like this with real heavily grain-rich spirits. You don't get those nice tears or droopy legs, as they call them, you know, which just the oils in the whiskey just run down slowly, you know. Well, the speed of it running down depends upon the amount of oils in the whiskey, but this is absolutely nothing. This bugger all is absolutely just beating. So, I'm not going to spend too much time reviewing this one, other than what I already have, which is pretty much my review. I'll attempt to add a little water to it and see what happens. Let's see here. Just a wee bit. Just to see what it does. Nope, still vodka. Cough drops, lemon cough drops with a touch of grapefruit and a decent quality vodka. That's what you have here. Now, I mean, as far as rating this for a blended Scotch whiskey, I'm going to put this rather low. I don't typically do that, and I don't like doing that. But I went and bought this bottle. I spent money. I purchased this bottle, so I'm going to rate it according to my own smell and taste and my own opinion. And my opinion on this, for a blended Scotch whiskey, it's going to be 51 out of 100. Now, if this said Hankey Bannister vodka, it'd probably rate somewhere in the 80s. But it doesn't say Hankey Bannister vodka. It says Hankey Bannister blended Scotch whiskey. All original, and they even have some IWSC Gold 2014 award. Don't know what that's about. Anyway, if you're wanting a good whiskey flavored vodka, I would highly recommend Hankey Bannister. But if you're wanting a good blended Scotch whiskey, I would probably look at other options that you may have out there. Watch this channel. I've reviewed a few so far. Perhaps you like this sound of one of those. Anyway, like I said, I'm not going to spend too much more time on this, but I'm very let down, very disappointed in this whiskey, because 15 years ago it was wonderful. Something's happened with the distilling process. More specifically, what's probably happened is how they're maturating this. They're using 3rd, 4th, and 5th fill cask, probably. They're using very low quality cask. You can tell that in here. You can taste it in here. And this is obviously the distillation of this. I can promise you is primarily the constituents in here are from column stills. I just know. Yeah, they're not from pot stills. There may be some pot still stuff floating about in here, but that's mostly a column still product from 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th fill cask with a very short maturation time of 3 years to 3.5 years, something like that. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say about Hankey Bannister. Here's an idea of what my opinion is for this whiskey. Here's what, in my opinion, would be ideal for this whiskey. You take this whiskey, you take your Glencairn glass, you set it over here. You get a tumbler full of ice, and you put it there. Now, you know, whiskey drinkers who want to appreciate the smell and taste of whiskey never use a tumbler, nor do they use ice. But what I would do for this particular whiskey is I would take this, I would put a splash of that in the tumbler with the ice. Let's see, what would I do here? Then I would do a wee bit of calcium enriched orange juice. Make sure it's calcium enriched. And since it tastes like a vodka anyway, vodka and oranges are always a very popular drink in pubs and bars around the world. What else can we do to enhance this blend? Wait a minute. Hey, that's a good idea. Haywood pickled onions. I'm going to take some Haywood pickled onions. I'm going to take a teaspoon of that. I'm going to put it in here. Put that to the side. Put this back here. Why not peppercorns? That's got to enhance it some. Yeah. Okay. And you stir that up real good. And you find a friend of yours who doesn't like scotch, and you give him that. They'll probably really like it. They probably will. Anyway, that's my opinion on Hankey Bannister blended Scotch whiskey stroke vodka. Anyway, until next time, have a nice day.